Do. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well,
that's all right. We're live. Nobody's joined us. We're here as a secret then.
Pardon me.
I don't mind being here as a secret because there's time to,
Give you time to do all the bits that you haven't done.
yeah, like try and find out where we are on the channel.
Oh. Well, look. We're there.
We are there. Oh, now we are. Yes, I see. Now we are. And we're still not being joined by anyone. 27 seconds in. And no
One person's watching.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Me.
Oh, you're watching. I don't mean to sound quite so disappointed.
Oh, thanks. Erica's here.
Hello, Nicola.
Erica, no, Nicola. Oh, gosh, I can't read.
Both.
Oh, okay. Hello, Erica and Nicola.
Yes.
What?
Now you're just going to get confusing, aren't you? Here we go. Well, we're not organised again.
Okay.
Why is it other people always
know.
look really organised and we're like a couple of numpties every time we do this?
That's because we're going to ask the sound question.
Can you hear us?
I'm sure you can hear Liz beautifully.
Well, I can clip this onto you, but you like to run around.
I know. I like to. Of course, I like to run around.
Run
around now.
Hello. Oh, we're matching tops. That's a bit unintentional.
It's completely unintentional. It's not a bit unintentional.
And Joe has joined us. So it's the four of us.
Okay.
Or five of us. Five of us including you. Four of us. I don't know. We're like it. We are not. Yes, look, they can hear us. They can hear us fine. And
Good.
Michael's joined us as well.
Good morning.
Erica says she's just got home.
We're both matched. Yes, we just said that, Erica. Yes, we're both matching today.
You don't have
Sorry.
to shout. Do we have to shout?
I don't know.
Or are you telling her off?
I don't know. Ooh. Oh,
Maybe she's repeating.
Yeah.
Maybe she's repeating. Homestead in the Highlands. Cheryl's here. Hi. And Kate has joined us. Hi, Kate. Thank you for joining us. You're not late. We've been live for a whole 2 minutes. The first minute of which was us bumbling around trying to get ourselves organised and, yeah, in our usual disorganisedness. One of us was disorganised. So, and Laura's joined us. And Walnut Tree. Do you know what? I forgot to put up a post saying that we were going live today.
We've been busy.
Oh, my brain's like Swiss cheese at the moment.
Yes.
Nutty.
Yeah, absolutely. Nutty, full of holes, and you're not allowed it.
Yes. Well, that's all right. Michael says he never gets notices. Michael, if you subscribe and then you hit the little that little bell as well, that will make sure that you get a notification each time we put up a new video or we go live. Yeah. And George has joined us, and Kevin and Tracy and Elliot in Bryn and Mel at Halfacre Haven. Hello. We're getting blinded by the sun. Do you want to go and do your first leaping around duties and pull the curtain, just one curtain across so that we're not... The sun has come out so rarely in the last 24 hours or so, but we might have to... Oh, that's as far as that one will go, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, the sun's not going to go that way. It's going to go that way.
Yeah, I know, but it was still going there.
Oh, okay.
I've
got half sun now. That's right. So hang on. And 50 Shades of Green are here. Ellie's saying, lucky you in the sun. We appear to be in cloud again. That sun was a very brief moment of sunshine. It has been fairly grey and cloudy, which leads me on neatly to...
How's your weather?
How's your weather today? Or this week even? Thank you. Oh, that's better. Now I only have that tiny little... No, look, darling, I have a slither of searing sunlight now.
A searing slither of sunlight.
There we go. So, done the usual. The socks are off because I get hot.
And then you get cold.
Because I don't... Yeah, I do. I don't know why I get so hot. It's adrenaline rushing around. Look, it's now...
Adrenaline rushing around your feet.
Yeah. So we've been nearly 5 minutes and said absolutely nothing yet. Oh yeah, no, we have. We said, how's your weather? So it's Simon from 50 Shades of Green. And it's been hot in
Sydney.
Sydney.
I've been reading about that on
Hot.
Facebook.
And Fringe Dweller has joined us as well. What's our weather done this week? You've been out in it more than me.
No, it's actually been very warm.
You said it was hot yesterday.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, hot and muggy, but windy, and with threats of rain, which hadn't necessarily materialised. But it's been sort of It's been very grey. Lots of mist.
Yeah, there's
Very
been lots,
cold
but
in the morning.
actually, the field that we look out over has had over there has had a layer of white on it every morning, hasn't it? And
Yeah.
I haven't sure whether it's been frost or whether it's just covered in cobwebs that has then got dew on it as well. So, and Tony from UK Here We Grow is here. Oh yeah,
Hi,
thanks
Tony.
for joining us. So it has been, it's been one of those. Nah. Well, was it? That was discussed. That. And just a couple of reminders, Kevin, I have seen your question, but if you've got questions for us, can you pop them in capitals, because then they stand out at us and we'll catch them really well.
Or more likely.
Yeah, so Kevin says, have you ever tried growing hops, barley or wheat? Yes and no. Well, no.
Not
and
deliberately.
Yes, accidentally. We had some straw. We got quite a lot of straw the first year we were here, and not all the ears of barley had gone off that. So we ended up with quite a lot of barley popping up all over the place.
But you can't do anything with it anyway, so.
No, except feed it to the chickens, I suppose.
Gluten-free here.
Feed it to the chickens. And Emily has joined us. Hi, Emily. And Bill's allotment here as well. Nice group of people. Nice friends. Christmas. Do we want to talk about? Should we
It
talk?
was a day, wasn't it?
It was a day. The next day was
Boxing Day.
a busier day.
Yeah.
We had the most relaxed Christmas, didn't we? It was
Well, we marked out the ducks
on Christmas Day.
on Christmas Day.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Well,
It was just a day, really, wasn't it?
They don't know it's Christmas, so.
No.
and
Do they know it's Christmas time at all?
No. A Total Chaos Homestead has joined us, and Diana at Justice Acres.
And then we complained that the television was rubbish. Not like when we were young. You'd get the Radio Times and spend ages marking off all the programmes you wanted to watch, and then
Did
have
anyone
to
else do that?
list
Did
them.
you get the TV guide for the Christmas period and
then
circle
list,
or tick anything that you wanted to watch?
And then you'd have to make a list so that you weren't trying to all watch something on different channels at the same time in the days when we had 3 channels.
Well, that's just way too organised. We watched what we wanted to until the older child came in and said, no, you're not, we're watching that. Until my parents came in and said, no, you're not watching that at all. So, and Carol has joined us as well. Hello, Carol.
They printed paper when we were young.
Yeah, yes, they
He's
do.
so rude. Still print paper now. I've just delivered a load of Radio Times.
Have you?
Yeah.
And
Some people get it on description.
Health enthusiast has joined us again. Thank you for joining us, and says, do you exchange gifts? Yes, we do.
All year round.
All year round. We don't exchange anything actually on Christmas Day, because we give each other a subscription to a magazine. So you get 12 magazines a year, and every month comes in and says, thank you for my Christmas present.
And you get 4, don't you?
And I get 4 a year, yeah, because they're quarterly magazines. And when they arrive, I say, thank you for my Christmas present. So we actually say, we are reminded all year through of our gift exchanges. Nicholas
obviously we do
says,
stuff for
spent weeks preparing for Christmas and the whole day went so fast. Yeah.
I mean, obviously we do stuff for the grandkids and so forth, but other than that, no, not really.
So Elliot Bryn is saying she used to love scribbling all over the Radio Times.
I used to like scribbling all over as well, so I could cross out all the things I thought were rubbish, like,
like the rubbish things.
like the rubbish things.
Right, Ellie,
sooty show.
can I have a conversation with you? Not necessarily during the live chat, but
Shall I leave the room?
no. I'd like some arm warmers. Right, so Ellie made this.
Yes.
I'd like some matching arm warmers. Not fingerless gloves, just like leg warmers for arms. because I'm really struggling with the cold at the moment, mostly in the house. Because when I'm sitting in the living room and it's nice and warm and cosy there, and I come through into here, and it's much cooler in the kitchen than it is elsewhere. I'm getting really bad Raynaud's syndrome in my hands, which means blood supply to my fingers doesn't work properly, so they go white and really very painful. Like someone's standing on your hands in a pair of stiletto shoes. So I want some sort of something that will keep my wrists.
Elbow length fingerless gloves was just suggested.
Yeah, they don't need to be elbow length though. They need to be just to here, because the only bit that needs warming is kind of this bit here. And as long as I can keep that bit warm, then my hands don't go funny. So can we have a discussion about that at some point?
Do we do anything on New Year's Eve, says Fringe Dweller? Yes. We keep the cat calm from idiots letting off fireworks.
We have an early night.
We have an early night.
Yeah, that makes us not so exciting.
Well, there's
does it?
nothing on television, is there?
Well, and it's just another day.
Yeah.
And chickens and ducks don't care if I've had a late night. They still want to be let out at the usual time. So, oh, Michael's saying he loves the hat. I love this hat. Isn't it fabulous? I absolutely love
It's a
this.
very groovy hat.
So Ellie makes these. She has an Etsy store, which after this I will put a link to the Etsy store in the information below. Okay, so Vega Haven saying our kitchen's warmer than our sitting room. Yes, well, I suspect this one was.
It was.
When we bought, when we came to look around the house, and we decided when we liked it.
They had an electric Arga.
Where our cooker is, which kept this room warm, and it also it meant that they didn't need a radiator in here. They took the Arga with them, and well, no, they did offer to sell it to us. It just we didn't have any spare money to buy it, so so they took the Arga, and there's no radiator in here, which means as you come through, it is a bit nippy.
I mean, when you're cooking away, it heats the room up.
Yes.
But it's not it hasn't got the residual and continual heat.
No, and we do actually have a wood burning stove, but we rarely like that when I'm just popping through from one place to the other. So we've also been joined by Jen, chaotically minimal, who says the Raynaud sounds awful. It's not a bunch of fun, but it's quick. It comes and goes. So if I can keep my wrists warm, it doesn't happen. And so I saw someone else, and Ronald has joined us. Hi, Ronald. How are you doing? Tony says he's working New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Well, I hope it's a quiet one.
I hope it's a really quiet one. And Nicola's saying, do you call that hat a beanie in the UK? Well, I would. Would everybody else call this a beanie? You know, like a bobble hat without a bobble and the squashy bit. I'd call that a beanie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
What would you call it?
A hat. A woolly hat.
A woolly hat, yes.
As opposed to a baseball cap. Or some other sort of a chapeau.
And an ACS has joined us and says, good morning. Actually made it for the chat. Welcome. Right, Jen's saying I think only Aussies call them beanies. I think it could be. I think not only could it be regional. I think it could be
internationally regional.
Yes.
Regional.
But I think it could also have something to do with age. And the younger minded you are, the more likely you are to call it a beanie. So Jane has joined us. Jeannie has joined us. Jane is saying she's just arrived. No, I didn't hit.
You didn't hit the beanie, no.
I didn't knit the beanie. Ellie over at Tythin Bryn did, and I'm going to leave a link in the information below after the live chat. So, yeah, well, see, people are calling them
call it
beanies.
A talk.
Oh, what?
A talk.
Where does it say that?
Or a toque.
A toque. A toque. Yeah. That's
Why
a hat,
not?
isn't it? Yeah. Thank you, Emily. That's very kind of you to do that. Well, and Jay is here and saying, yeah, that's a toque.
A slouch beanie.
A slouch beanie. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Whatevs. You know, so I can't stay like this.
No, don't
'Cause
stay
I'll
like
slide
that.
off. And there's a table leg in an unfortunate position.
There's a what? A table leg.
If I slid off.
Right, I'll tell you what. Let's get on with some of this. So,
What's happened to Phil? He's hiding at the moment.
Yeah, he's still on holiday.
He's in the snug.
Yeah. So, George says he's just waiting for the rain to stop to put some net covers over his broad beans. Now they're getting too big for their fleece covers. Nice. George, can I just let you know, last year my broad beans survived the winter. They survived the beast from the east, and as soon as it warmed up, they got eaten by slugs. So beware of slugs.
Beware
in
of slugs.
Warm, damp weather. There we go. So I'm going to talk about homestead harvest, which is really easy because I don't think I've pulled anything out of the garden this week.
Yes, you did.
Oh no.
Yes, you did.
Oh no.
We had fresh parsnips on Christmas Day and fresh something else on Christmas Day.
I'd already pulled those up though.
Oh, had you? Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So they were pulled up and weighed in the week before. Remember the week before I had that £15?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. All right.
so my homestead harvest remains at 1,191 pounds of food since the 1st of June. I have to do loads next week. Won't I?
Hi, Chrissy. Yes, we've all forgotten what. Well, actually, I haven't forgotten what day it is. I know it's Sunday. After yesterday.
And that Texan has joined us as well. And hi, Chrissy. So that was the homestead harvest, and then my other bit of housekeeping-y type thing is, and it's really exciting, is next weekend we've got a bit of a different live chat. So next weekend my live chat will be on Saturday, not on Sunday.
Right.
You'll be at work, and I'm going to be joined by Hugh from Hugh's Nursery. So Hugh will be here to... Yeah, I've got put off by that comment as well. So Hugh will be here to do a live gardening, permaculture, homesteading Q&A with me. I have invited I've invited patrons to submit questions. I've invited people in my Facebook group to submit questions as well. So,
I'm trying to.
are you on that one?
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, so if you have questions for Hugh, you can either join the group, put the questions on the post there. I will put a post on YouTube as well, and patrons, we will answer all of your questions as best we can.
And what time is this live chat on Saturday?
Right, so Hugh isn't 100% sure what time he's going to get here. So it's going to start, I know, it's going to start somewhere between 1 and 2. I'm aiming for 2. I don't want to say it's going to be 1 and then he'll not be here. That would be horrible, wouldn't it?
I'm just envisaging me barging in from work going, never mind this, where's me tea, woman? Where's me lunch?
You get the same comment you would get every single time when you would say that.
Sort off to the chip shop and get it yourself. Yeah, so I've got to remember chippy for tea on Saturday next week.
No, there will be food here. That'll be fine. We'll have eaten. So.
Oh, you'll have eaten. Oh, that's all right.
So yes. So next week, who will be joining me for a live chat. Hooray. So Kate's saying, what time is that? I'm going to aim for 2 o'clock. Shall we say it's 2 and we'll
Aim
just...
for 2.
We'll say it's going to be 2.
It's up there, 2.
My usual start time. If we start earlier than that, then people can see right up your nose when you do that. Yeah, what are we looking at? Cobwebs.
No,
So,
something that you're not going to be very happy, excuse me.
is there an 8-legger up there?
Looks like it.
I can see a fly. Sorry, there are things up in the skylight. Jane, you were saying that you've got a skylight above where you were doing your live chat yesterday, and all I could think was by midsummer you're going to have a brolly hanging in your room to block out that light as well. So then we spent all summer with a brolly hanging up there to stop us getting sort of whited out by the light or washed out by the light. So I'm just going to do that awkward pause reading thing, and we've been joined by 1971 Whitters. So thank you for joining us. Jane says, do you make any pâté? Yes, I do, Jane. I make chicken liver pâté, I make pork liver, duck liver, and I have got a whole load of pork and lamb offal. Darling, would it be easier to get a broom than to be using a cat toy to try and... Sorry, I've got a whole load of lamb and pork offal to try making some pâté with the other bits of offal as well. So,
Are you just proving that you're awfully versatile?
I am awfully versatile. That would be great, wouldn't it? And wouldn't it be nice if we actually liked it? So I've got loads. I've got all this offal. We haven't got brave enough to try it yet. So at some point, I'm going to do braised lamb hearts. Actually, it sounds hideous. Hopefully, it will be nicer than it sounds. Michael says, where do you get your netting for strawberries to cover plants? So I use 3 different types of netting outside. I use one with quite a big mesh, so it's about a 4-inch square mesh. I use that for peas to climb up. The black mesh that I used in my video, on Friday's video, came from somewhere like the local garden centre. Or Block and Quail, what's that called? B&Q.
Which someone was talking about earlier and saying that they are selling cheap seeds at the moment.
They are, I think they've probably got cheap. And then the green netting that's a very fine knit that I use over brassicas, and I've used it over my garlic and things like that. That is debris netting, it's scaffold netting, and it comes in a variety of widths and lengths, and is reasonably cheap, and lets the air pass through, lets rain pass through, but as yet very few flying beasties get through it. So
I've just seen some conversation going on, Michael. Condolences on the loss of the cat. We had that with when we first moved in here just over 3 years ago. About 10 days after we moved in, our cat got run over, and he was the most road sensible cat I've ever known.
yeah.
We think he was chased out by a fox.
So 1971, which is saying the link didn't work. So which link was it that didn't work? Oh yeah, so Kate's asking
Kate's
as well.
asking as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't say anything.
I know. Well, I'm curious to see what link didn't
Oh
work.
yeah, I'm curious to see what link didn't work. Well, it's a point of interest, isn't it?
Yes. And Tracy has joined us as well.
Erica's saying Amazon link doesn't work. Now, which Amazon link are we talking about here?
Oh, let's have a look. Well, I don't know why my Amazon link isn't working. Another of those joyful things.
Deep joy.
Can you see something on here that says links?
We don't use links in this household. Links for use in
There, that one.
Yeah.
That would be that one. Let's try that. Let's try putting that up.
This is when she goes all elbows.
I do go all elbows, but
That's a good job. Mine are double jointed, isn't it?
I don't think they are really, are they?
Semi-double jointed, not
Semi-
completely double jointed. If they were completely double jointed, I'd be able to scratch the back of my ear without, like,
Okay, so I am putting up. I'm putting up a link for my Amazon shop. Hopefully that will work. If someone wants to try it and see if that goes through to.
apparently the US link did work according to that text, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
And Jane, celebrating every day is the start of a new year, isn't it?
Say that again. Sorry.
Jane Kelly asked if we are celebrating New Year, and I just said every day is the start of a new year.
It is. Yeah.
It's time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
Somebody
Douglas
said
Adams
that.
once
Oh,
said.
thank you.
Douglas
I knew
Adams.
someone said that. So.
Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, so
And Nick's joined us.
We probably
Hi,
won't
Nick,
do
thank
too
you.
much, Jane. No, we'll keep the cat quiet when people are letting off fireworks, and other than that, have a quiet night.
Yes, we are surrounded by people who let off fireworks. Not immediate neighbours, but businesses and local villages do. Nick's allotment diary has joined us. I thought someone else had joined us that I haven't said hello to, and if I haven't said hello to you, I'm really sorry for. Well, it's not being intentionally rude. It's more I just haven't seen your name go up on the screen yet. So I've done that, and I've done that, ticking things off my list. We like lists. I'm a ridiculous list girl.
Yes, she makes some ridiculous lists.
So.
The amount of things that she asks me to do and puts on lists. Yeah, right.
Right. Michael says, how careful are you about planting near your septic drain field? We don't plant anywhere near it.
Nope. Other than sort of flowers.
Yes, there's some plants there, and that's it. And we have started, but not completed, making a video explaining all about our reed bed system and how all of that.
We did make it, and then we discovered some technical glitches in it, which meant that certain things needed to be remade.
So we'll do it.
And then it
Technical
was raining.
glitches, like microphone wasn't working. It wasn't,
Well, there wasn't one where it's sort of everything went totally out of focus apart from one blade of grass there.
Yeah, we've done
It's
a
like
couple.
weird.
Yes, may well be.
And by the time we'd sussed all that out, it was then raining and miserable, and then back to work, and other things happened, and.
Yeah. It's healthy to use.
We have got our Valentine's Day thing coming up.
We have our Valentine's Day date. We can start dreading it already, even though it's okay. So just by sheer coincidence of we happen to have the day free.
The first year we were here, the reeds in the reed bed need clearing every 12 months. And the first year we were here, and the first day it was decent in the sort of pre-spring period, which is the best time to do it, happened to be, as we discovered while we were up to our elbows in sludge, Valentine's Day.
So we have now decided that Valentine's Day is the time when we clear the reed bed system.
What's for dinner tonight? No idea.
Something out of the freezer. It will be something ready-made out of the freezer. Ready-made by me.
Liz.
Well, we have beef stew. We've got cow. We've got bolognese. What about shepherd's pie type thing?
Why not?
Shepherd's pie with, what about sweet potato topping?
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll be having shepherd's pie with a sweet potato topping. And there was another question that said, what sort of things do we like to do that's off the homestead?
We quite like going to concerts. The trouble is that I like to go to small, intimate venues, sort of maximum 3,000 to 5,000, which, believe it or not, is a smaller intimate compared to Mrs. I like to go and stand in the middle of a field with 150,000 people throwing beer cans around, where you can't hear them and you can't see the band. What's the point?
The atmosphere.
Yeah.
I know the songs already, so I can just sing them in my head. But I don't get that atmosphere standing in the field with the chickens. It's not the same.
No, but
It's not the same
I actually like to
jostling,
go
is
and
it?
see and hear a band. I also like comedy gigs.
Yeah. Actually, no, we've been to. I've been to a couple as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We do the occasional bit of traipsing around. We've done a couple of galleries and stuff.
Yeah. So, health enthusiasts says, do we do movies? No. I really like going to the cinema. Mr. J really hates it, and there's no point in going to the cinema with somebody who is not enjoying themselves, because the tutting and the huffing
And the falling asleep.
and the staring at your wrist. Well, it'd probably me fall asleep, wouldn't it? So no, so we don't do that. Fancy dining, we don't eat out anymore at all. So since my thyroid went kaplooey and I had to be so careful about what I'm eating, Erica's saying that I can go to the cinema with her.
Cool, wonderful.
Fantastic.
No problem.
Yeah, so since I've had to be really careful, quite often, even if you go somewhere that says it's gluten-free and they do everything gluten-free,
It's got nuts in.
it'll have nuts or capsicum or something else that I can't eat.
Or yoghurt that I can't eat.
Or yogurt that you can't eat. So we've given up going out, and some days we just have fuel, and other days we have a really nice meal here. So, yeah, the moderators are having to work really hard today. Anyone would think that it was a holiday somewhere, and
People are bored.
So yeah, thank you ever so much to the moderators for having to work quite so hard.
I think I was going to say, talking about movies, one of my big problems with movies is either they rip the shreds out of a story and you miss too much of it, or they try and cram far too much into too short a space of time, and they should really do it as a 6-part series.
It's so long since I've been to the cinema, I can't remember what they do.
Yeah, but you've seen films on the television. Most of them are pretty boring as well.
Richard and Paul have joined us. Hi, Tracy. What's the weather doing in Belgium at the moment? Is it grey and miserable? I want to know if this goes all the way across the continent.
I can see blue sky bits. They're not very big, but you know.
I can't see them. Right. Do we have a TV or Netflix or anything?
We have
like
a TV. We have TV. We have the free-to-air channels in the UK, which is on free sat because we don't get enough reception on
so
Freeview.
we don't pay for Netflix or.
No. Other than what we get for paying for our TV license, we don't pay for any extras. Actually, that's not true. You've had Amazon Prime,
I
haven't
have
you?
had Amazon Prime.
So we have enjoyed The Marvellous Mrs. Maisel.
We have, and that was really good.
It was.
Yeah. So.
That would have been lousy as a movie because they'd have tried to get far too much into too short a space of time, and they should have stretched the story out over several weeks, which they did.
They did, and yet with that particular one, I think that could have been a lot less parts than it was. I think they stretched it out too far, but here we go. Richard and Paul saying they had loads of trolls on Friday. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it is just people have time off over this.
It's a trolley day.
It's a trolley
like
day.
that.
Yeah, it's a trolley day.
Very good.
It's very good. So a couple of other things. It's now a month and a day since I was demonetised by YouTube, and I've been kind of holding on hope that after a month they would remonetise me, which I know has happened to several channels who've been demonetised. But guess what? No. So I'm definitely not being remonetised as an automatic thing. So I will have to start appealing again. And they certainly turned it down very much previously.
I find you very appealing.
Thank you. They just turned it down flat without any explanation. So on my last appeal, so I will just keep on appealing in the hope that they will remonetise it. My Family Garden here, have they given an explanation? No, they haven't, and they're very unlikely to. They just pointed me in the direction of the various different policy pages of things that you have to adhere to. I can't see what it is that I've done in particular. So,
But as Tony says, they don't need to give an explanation. They're not obliged to. It's their ball, and if they want to take it home because they don't want other people to play with it, that's their prerogative.
yeah. So I thought I'd let people know. The way that I am now supporting my creative process is through Patreon, through people very kindly using my affiliate links. I wonder what you were doing then. Through Patreon, people using my affiliate links, people buying merchandise like like our mug.
We know that there are people who got these for Christmas. Some lovely people were buying sensible Christmas gifts. Thank you, lovely people. They make good New Year's and Valentine's gifts too.
Thank you.
That's all right.
And another thing that people are doing is that they're sharing my channel. I've had quite a lot of really nice messages this week from people saying, we've just found your channel, we absolutely love it, and we're sharing it and someone was sharing it in our over 50s group, someone was sharing it in a crafting group, which was really nice. And I'm just looking out because look at all those birds.
Yeah. So yes, and it's I mean, the more people watching, then
the better.
The better.
Yeah. And so with that, I just want to say thank you and hello and thank you. Is that way around? Yes. Hello and thank you to the patrons who've joined our patron family this week. That's Joe, Caroline, Lynn, Louise, and Cheryl.
So I've just had a notice saying a link wasn't working. So the question there was also a question about, can you eat bantam cockerels?
Okay, hang on. Do the whole line.
Oh.
I'll do it now.
Okay.
So can we or do we?
You can. You won't get much out of them.
You'll get a bit, won't you?
Yeah, you might make a few nuggets.
You make a meal.
Meal.
A meal. So here's another link. So that's the link for the mugs.
More than a quail, yeah. Probably.
And let's have another look for. You go silent when I'm concentrating.
I do, yes.
You don't need to go silent when I'm concentrating.
I go silent, well, yeah, but if I say anything, then there's always the danger that you're going to lose where you're at.
Oh, well, there's a real danger of that anyway. So, having said hello to people who have joined us on Patreon this week, could you pass that, please? Right, so in here are the names of all the patrons, and we are going to send one patron one of our mugs. Could you pull our name out, please?
This is live and unrehearsed. And that is just one piece of paper.
Well, open it up and show. Open it up.
I cannot see what this says.
Oh, is it upside down?
No, it's the right way up.
That says Miranda.
It does say Miranda.
Fantastic. So I will get that in the post to Miranda this week. Cool. That was easy, wasn't it? Health enthusiast is saying, does Mr. J dispatch animals too, or is that? It's not just primarily Liz's job.
It is totally Liz's job.
It is. Yeah. So it is totally my job. And Kevin's saying, do we use stun guns? No, we don't. Not yet, because we haven't had a bird big enough as yet to have that as required. And Joe says, is there much difference in processing a duck compared to processing a chicken? No, it's exactly the same, except, and there are exceptions, I don't I don't pluck the wings of a duck. I just literally just take those away because there's so little to have, and so many huge feathers on a duck wing. And other than the fact that the cavity, you know, their bodies are different shapes, exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and so my family garden says, do you raise many birds for meat? We actually do our birds as dual purpose birds, so they are here for eggs, and then as they come to the end of their useful egg laying period,
Yeah,
then their
and
dinners.
obviously
Yeah.
the males, if we're not using one for breeding, then again, when they get to the point where they're going to become a problem, they become potted.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was cool.
So she's ticking things off her list.
I am ticking things off my list. I'm ticking things like mad.
Mm.
I feel like we've missed some questions. Don't you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of people this week doing recaps of 2018. Of how they've got on their homesteads and have. Now we did a video.
Oh, we did.
We did a video
On
6 weeks ago.
Yeah, on had we achieved what we set out to achieve in 2018.
Yeah.
Was that pre or
Simon, thank you very much. Simon's just bought a mug.
Thank you,
Thank
Simon.
you.
That was post
It was
post wash hole, wasn't it? Wash out.
I think we had the. Oh, I don't know. Was it post or not? It's been a year, is all I can say. It has been. It's been quite a tough year in some ways, hasn't it?
It has, but then again, I think
I mean,
every
it's been
year's gonna
great.
Be, yeah,
It's
every
been
year's going to be a
great,
tough
but-
year.
Yeah. It's been tough in ways that have surprised me. It's been
the-
tough because the
pardon-
weather was so good.
Pardon the noise, but we have got helicopters going overhead.
That's his
again.
excuse. Oh, yeah, we
No,
have.
it's shaking the house. Yes. So yeah,
Yeah. But one of the tough things was the weather being so good this year.
it was.
And I never thought I'd say. I never thought I'd say that it
It's
was
too
hot.
hot.
That would be unlike me.
No, it was disgusting actually.
It was hot. It was horrid for you to be
Oh,
working in it. Yeah. So, Erica, yes.
People
Health
coming out.
enthusiast. It says, do we make bone broth? Yes, I call it stock.
Yeah.
So,
I was going to say on the days when it was really hot, we had managers turning up with cold cans of carbonated soft drinks, which I don't normally drink. But I tell you what, the cold can.
on your head, nice. Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay. My family garden has asked what breeds chickens we've got. So we predominantly got Australorp.
Australorps.
Yeah, I can't even say it. So large fowl, black Australorps. We've got a few light Sussex and a few Moran, and a couple of
Jersey Giants.
Jersey Giants and some Brahmas, and a few just
Yeah.
we don't know what they are.
Bog standard chickens, isn't it now? I mean,
Well, they're crosses, aren't they? They're hybrids,
Yeah.
and we bought some
Brand.
eggs. We bought some eggs from one of the other homesteads locally, and hatched those last year,
Yeah.
didn't we?
no, they're brand. We've got some brand chickens,
Brown.
haven't
We've got brown chickens with silly
we?
hats.
What
as well.
variety of apples are you hoping to grow, bake, or eating? Says Michael Harrick Jr.
Are we hoping to grow? Cookies. We've got quite a lot of apple trees already. I'm doing the growing an apple tree from seed as part of the collab with Hugh. If you haven't seen Hugh's video this week, last Sunday even, he talks about a collaboration between himself, me, Erica's Little Welsh Garden, and Tony at UK Here We Grow. And we invite everybody to take part in that as well. And it is to grow a new variety of apple from seed at home. And so if you have a look at Hugh's video, you will see what to do for the first stage. Is that your tummy being hungry? Sorry,
possibly.
are you hungry?
No, not really.
So Simon's saying, where can I get apple seeds from? I went and grovelled around in my next door neighbour's orchard and picked up some rotting apples. I got a couple of rotting apples from under our trees. If you have a local farmer's market, I mean, you can get them from a store, but you would need to have a look and see where they come from, and that it's better if you can find them from localish trees, because they're more likely to be used to the
Local conditions.
Local conditions. Thank you. Gosh, brain is going. Yeah, Erica, I thought that, but I think that was a more. Erica, so you can find apple seeds inside apples. So.
Well, yeah, but
So, let's have a look. Rachel Jane has joined us. Hello. My kids are excited to have their own apple trees. Yeah, I think it's a really good. It's a really good thing to do. I would certainly name if we had two that were good, or actually it would have to be three. If we had three that were good, I would name one after Byther Farm, one after one of my grandchildren, and one after the other of my grandchildren. So, and Harry's here from Food Forest Permaculture, and Cher's here from Two Family Homestead. Hello, hello.
get my shopping on the internet. Can't get local apples.
If you're really stuck, Simon, just put out notices on groups in Facebook, because people will have more. People will have more than they need. I'm sure between us we can find some. So, sorry, I'm having a quick read.
Howie's off. So happy New Year to you, Howie. If you haven't disappeared already, and we commented on that too quick, too late, too slow. What?
And lots of names that I'm going to say wrong. Do you think that's pardon?
I'm guessing.
I'm guessing so. If I've said your name wrong, I'm really sorry about that. And Nicola's saying that Nicola can't grow apples where she lives because it's too hot. And I suspect that as time goes on, there's going to be more and more areas where it becomes too hot.
I suspect that then the plants will adapt to the conditions, and we will find ways of keeping them cool.
Or, yeah, they will adapt, or Scandinavia will become a huge apple growing area. So, Michael's saying, before I go, I want to thank you for sharing this year with us. I look forward to a lot more visits in the new year.
Yeah, we'll see you in the new year, Michael.
See you on the other side. Nicola's saying they're grown in Tasmania. There we are.
Yeah, you should have known that, having a friend there.
I should have known it, really, shouldn't I? But probably not in Brisbane, where it is just super hot and humid. So, has Phil been dispatched? No, Phil has not been dispatched. Do you want to go and grovel around for Phil? Do you mind? Because a lot of people are concerned. I think we'll bring him back. Bring back Phil. I think he's tucked underneath the chair there, darling. Just a bit awkward. No, so, and for people who have joined us recently and don't know who Phil is, we will. Phil is who Phil is. We will introduce you to Phil. Oh dear.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not Phyllis, but this is.
This is Phil. Look, put Phil in his space. He's going to have to face, his nose has to face this way. So I think that's his tummy. I think that, turn around a bit more. I think that's his tummy. I think he sits on that. Or maybe that's his bottom, is what I'm trying to say. There! Okay, so this
Ladies
is
and gentlemen,
Phil.
Phyllis.
So this is Phil, when in the summer, when we wanted something interesting in the background, we've put him there, and people are asking if we've just discovered Phil's a Phyllis. No, I think
Phyllis?
I think he's still a Phil. So it's there so that when Mr. J stands up and goes elsewhere, there's something to fill the space. Hence being Phil. It was suggested by somebody or several people on a live chat. So Ronald Shaw has said, hi Liz, Mr. J, I'd like to wish you and all the 61 that are watching the very best for 2019, and he's got to say goodbye now. So thanks for joining us. Thank you. And Evelyn's joined us and says, where are the glasses? Here we go. Phil's glasses are here. No, here they are. You can give him his cool glasses. Apparently he'd look nice in my beanie. Okay. We're amusing ourselves, so. I'm really concerned those wine glasses are going to hit the floor. Ah, wine. I meant to tell you. Wine, yes. And Jimmy's Allotment has joined us. Hiya, Jimmy. We opened some wine. I bottled some wine just before Christmas. And I bottled a raspberry wine, which Mr. J tells me is one of the best wines we've done, possibly even better than the strawberry wine. I have tasted it. The taste is absolutely amazing. It is a lovely, lovely taste. So I highly recommend if you have spare raspberries next year, or you've got just a huge glut of them in the freezer, I highly recommend that you give raspberry wine a go. And to that end, okay, it's not brandy, it is wine. To that end, today I have started off some raspberry and red grape wine, and the grapes came from Tony at UK Here We Grow, so I guess some of the wine's going to go back to Tony as well.
I thought so.
So, yeah, look at the colour of that. Isn't that beautiful? Jay says I've got to go. Their dog's telling me he's got to go for a walk. It's really nice, apparently. And Erica's had to go too. Oh no, that's nasty cold. I don't like that at all cold. I really liked it when it was room temperature. Jimmy says he's licking the screen. And Tony's saying, he hope the vine works for you. I can't see you getting many grapes off me next year.
Because he's going to be making things out of them himself.
He's going
That's
to be
why.
making them himself, yeah.
Red wine, yeah, that's not. Yes, red wine. Well, actually, no. You say red wine warm.
Sorry, take on. What's the question? What's the comment?
The comment was from Tony, red wine warm. Now, it used to be that you were meant to drink red wine at room temperature, and that's fine. But that was the case before central heating. So you might have it in the temperature of the kitchen, or you might have it in the temperature of the room next to the kitchen, which wasn't particularly warm. So actually, more often than not, you'll find that people will very often put a red wine in the fridge just to chill off a little bit, and then open it and let it air shortly before they want to drink it. And this is a sort of a pink fruit wine, so chilled is very, 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 very nice. Very nice indeed. In fact. Only 10 a.m. or I'd cheer you. Well, you know, it's only just coming up on 3 p.m. here, but I haven't got to drive anywhere until the morning, so Yes, and I'll join with Kate's Kitchen saying Happy New Year to everyone who's disappearing, and we look forward to sharing some time with you in 2019.
Yes.
Well, I suppose we're going to have to disappear fairly soon, actually, as we've been here the hour, and
We have done nearly an hour, yep.
and we have a few jobs to do before
We
the
have
dark
jobs in the garden to do.
before the darkness hits.
So, yeah, so we will start. We'll start thinking about heading off. Jester's Robert joining us. Robert,
Nothing
don't take it personally. We were already saying we were going to start heading off. But thank you so much for your support, your watching my videos,
Yes,
your
she wears
comments.
your support constantly, you know.
I do. I do actually. Yeah, it's been a fabulous year, and we've got to know lots of new friends. So thank you for joining us. Anything else you want to add?
No, Happy New Year. Whatever you're doing with it, do it well and enjoy it thoroughly. And I hope 2019 is an excellent one for you.
And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for the rest of your day, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me for a video on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.